Hello! This is the other game, Survive Min, and I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm already concerned. There was a warning on this game. It said something about cannibalism and sexual violence. Um so There was more in there too, but I didn't really get past reading that. Um can I find it? Actually? Um About? No? Fah! I'm pretty sure that this game might have voices. I don't actually remember. Um, I hope it does. I really severely hope it does. I do not want to have to say out loud some of the stuff that I think is going to happen. But we'll take it together. And I'm going to set a 2-hour timer. So there is 9 endings in this game. Even if I can get at least like 6 of them, this will be all in one video. What could possibly go wrong? Been having trouble sleeping this past few weeks. Hearing about the strange deaths, the neighborhood rumors, and whatever the hell keeps making those noises outside after 2 a.m. has made rest a little difficult to achieve lately. But now, the neighborhood has gone weirdly quiet. No voices outside, no wandering footsteps, not even knocking near my windows. Stayed completely still in bed. Suddenly, very aware that all the noises that used to be outside sound much closer now. Because tonight, it's coming from my room. I can't sleep. Words barely make it past my lips. Terrible attempt to ease my nerves. I stared up at the ceiling, the right side of the room, then my left. Nothing moved. The room sits heavy around me. The faint outline of furniture is exactly where it should be. Desk, chair, door, window, everything's in place. Still, something feels off. I'm way too paranoid about this. I slowly close my eyes back shut. I should just sleep. Maybe I'll stop thinking about it if a voice suddenly speaks from somewhere beside my bed. Okay, so I was wrong. No, I don't want to. Where's, do you have voice lines? Text speed, auto forward time, skip. No, I don't want to skip anything. Alright, what voice do I want to give to a deranged killer that I don't know yet? Could make him sound insane. Just make him sound insane. You're pretty when you're asleep. Shit! I looked around in panic. Where the hell did that come from? The room is too dark for me to see him clearly. I can only make the outline of someone sitting near me. Something far too comfortable for someone who absolutely should not be in my room. Then the mattress sinks slightly. Get away from me. Who are you? Who are you? Silence. The thing in front of me just stares. The mattress creaks softly beside me. Something cold touches the side of my neck. The last thing I hear is a quiet, unpleasant sound anywhere between a sigh and a growl. What's with this random fucking black spot on your head, sir? Bad question? Death-ending ignorance? Fuck you! Alright. Let me... Death-ending ignorance? Okay, yeah, fuck you, bitch. Alright. I think you offended him? Yeah, fuck you, you piece of shit. I didn't know every single choice could fucking kill me. Dog, fuck you. Let's get back there. I'm not gonna read it every single time. Okay. It's a fight for fucking survival. Yeah, let's go with that. I know you. The figure pauses, the tension in the room shifting ever so slightly. If I sell it, maybe this can be a tomorrow me problem. Oh, you too? Yeah, there's been rumors, you know? Around the neighborhood. Why the fuck does he look horny? And the noises and stuff. Wow, am I that famous? I mean, why wouldn't I be? Yep, all I've been hearing all week. Please work, please work, please. Really? You know me so well. Oh, that worked? Is what I would say if you were clever. Never mind. All hope is lost. I'm so dead. He just stared and smiled at me. You're not very good at bluffing, are you? My stomach drops. I looked away. Most people would have started panicking by now. The mattress creaks softly beside me. Something lightly brushes a strand of hair away from my face. Hey, look at me. He sounded amused. Like hell I would. Honestly, if I ignore him long enough. Oh, come on. Don't be rude. I've got real good visuals, you know? I can't be that repulsive to you, can I? He sighed. Pisk. You're kinda stubborn, huh? Alright, ooh. Suddenly a cold hand grabbed my face with rough force. What the fuck? Oh. I don't know you, sir. Ow. My eyes snapped back to him immediately. There you go, darling. That wasn't so hard, was it? That bastard. Apparently this thing's solution to being ignored is brute fucking force! He wasn't lying, though. The figure in front of me was pretty. Sharp features, dark hair falling loosely over his eyes, and skin pale enough to look like he just crawled out of his own grave. A little too pale. If he smiled normally, he'd probably pass as a pretty cute guy. Fortunately, he doesn't. The curve of his smile sits just a little too wide. And he's staring at me like he's pleased I finally looked at him. It's so fucking creepy. Like the view? I can feel cold fingers slowly curling against my throat. Yeah, I'm gonna save here, because this is like 3 different fucking deaths. You know what? Yeah, fuck it. Ew. Fuck you. Who the hell do you think you are? Face contorted in disgust. Get the fuck off me, you sick perv. I brashly shoved him off. Or at least I tried to, anyway. Doesn't move much. What the fuck? Hey, did you not hear me? Ew? For a second, he looked offended. But that didn't didn't exactly last long until it quickly turned into some sick amusement. Wow, you have quite the mouth on you. For someone so fucking tiny. He scoffs. Then it tumbles into a fit of shameless cackling. What an asshole. Kinda just calls for when a certain someone grabs my face uninvited. It seemed to have amused him even more. Playful hum slips out of his voice. He seriously gets on my nerves. Why the fuck are you licking your lips? That's a fucking weirdo. Jesus. So angry. I don't take kindly to strangers like you. Alright. I'll get off. Besides, I'm not a stranger. I'm Min. So, do you just stay indoors all day? Don't you have friends your age? Of course I do. That was a lie. Okay then. You definitely should have heard about me. What's this guy on about? I've heard stories, but they don't usually involve the monster insulting my social life. Well, the stories are usually written by bystanders who have little to no information about me. It's a real tragedy, honestly. So what's the local gossip? Am I a vengeful spirit? A demon? Oh, a super handsome yandere serial killer cannibal that all the ladies fall for? Fucking kill yourself. It's the third one. I'm impressed. They mostly say you're something to avoid. Avoid? Wow, that is so boring. People are so pedestrian. He shifts his weight, shifting cross-legged on the mattress like he's about to start a sleepover gossip session, though his eyes still have that unsettling glow. Be honest, if I decided to actually bite you right now, would you give me a really loud, ugly screech? You're making me uncomfortable. Of course I am. I'm a great harasser. Was that the IDV reference? Plus, you look like you taste like... cookies. Cream. I don't think I want to taste like cookies and cream. And what? Daddy issues. No, I don't have those. You're insane. I'm not insane. I'm Min. Okay, that's enough. Sorry. I'm just very excited to talk to you. This guy's starting to feel more like an annoyance than a threat. You know, killing is easy, but finding someone who actually stays awake long enough to be interesting? That's one in a trillion. Die! Did not need to hear a Krillian joke today. No, don't. You're the one in my Krillian. Can I choke you out myself? Oh my fucking god. It's as shrimple as that. I'll shove a shrimp in your mouth. Right. Whatever. What's your deal anyway, aside from being a creep? He pauses for a split second. The annoying know-it-all grin drops, and he just looks tired. I just want someone to look at me and not run away immediately. It gets repetitive. You kill people because you're bored? Don't make it sound so depressing. You'd do the same if you were in my shoes. There's really not much to do when you're dead, you know. Let's save again, because we're gonna make another choice here. We're gonna ask how you died. If you're so bored, then how did it happen? How did you die? Min stares at me for a long moment, his expression unreadable. Oh, the origin story question. How original. Well, if you must know, I was a tragic poet. I died of a broken heart under whipping willow in the rain. Very romantic, right? Sounds like absolute bullshit. Because it is! He let a sharp, barking laugh and leans back on his elbows, looking entirely too pleased with himself. Tragedies for people who don't have a choice in their ending. I, on the other end, had a blast! A blast? But you're dead. And yet I'm still living more than you. He sits up, his playful energy shifting to something sharper. He starts tracing a pattern on the bed sheets with a pale finger. Looks like he's drawing a jagged line. Let's just say, back in the 80s, people knew my name. They didn't just avoid me, they locked their doors and checked their closets and prayed to God they didn't believe in just to say hi to tomorrow. Were you Jack the Killer? Is that even the right name? Thinking of the guy that was in London. Killed a lot of people. You were a serial killer? I was an artist whose medium happened to be terror. But people have such short memories these days. What happened to you? My actions bit back hard. Turns out when you spend your life being the shark, eventually the oceans decides it's had enough of you. But that's all the lore you'll get for today. Spoilers, you know. He looks around your room with a mix of disdain and hunger. The headlines are gone. The fear has turned into campfire stories. It's insulting. So that's why you're here. Why you're still doing this. I'm reclaiming my throne. I don't want your sympathy, darling. Oh, I would have died if I picked that one. I want that look in your eyes. What look? Oh. You. Why are your eyes so detailed and your mouth so not? He reaches out, tapping the tip of my nose with a finger that feels like ice. The look that says you'll never, ever forget me. So you're just a narcissist, so you're just a has-been, and that's why you're so annoying. Is that why you're so annoying? Annoying? But you love it, don't you? I mean, why else are you still here talking to me? He sighs, the tension in the room shifting from deadly back to uncomfortable casual as he stretches out on the mattress. Anyway, enough about my glory days. They were fun, they were bloody, and they ended with a bang. Literally. Looks me up and down, his head tilting in that predatory, curious way again. But we have a problem. I'm bored. You're still alive, and I'm starting to think you're keeping secrets from me too. I'm not keeping secrets. Everyone has secrets. And I'm a very curious soul. So, tell me about yourself. There's nothing to tell. There's not really anything noteworthy about me to tell. Really? Not even your favorite color? Your hobbies? Your MBTI? I really love MBTI, actually. Like I know what that means. A lot of people use the 16p site to determine their MBTI type, which is so annoying because it's not accurate at all. You're actually supposed to look at your cognitive function. Oh, is this like the And if PJ stuff? What the fuck is he talking about? You're asking a good question. He just keeps rambling. And that's why I'm actually an ENTP. Oh, it is. It is that website. Okay. I still don't know what that means, but we're gonna go forward. Sorry for the ramble. What about you, my dear? Alright, fine. It's okay if you don't want to. Is he gonna stop trying to pry? You don't have to, because I already know a lot about you. What? What do you mean, know a lot about me? We just met. Oh, we just met. But I've been acquainted with your routine for some time now. For instance, you always double check the front door lock, but you completely forget about the window in the laundry room. And you make that adorable little face whenever you're reading something you don't like on your phone. You've been watching me? Watching you? You make me sound like a stalker. You are a stalker. I am simply learning about you. I don't even know what you dug on. I even know that you tuck onto your plushie in your sleep whenever you get nightmares. So cute. Okay? So it's either that's actually kind of sweet, what the fuck, learn some manners, you creep. You've been watching me this whole time? Let's see. What the fuck? Learn some manners, you creep. You disgusting creep. You need to learn some manners. Min pauses for a second. I think I've actually offended him. But then a low, bubbling cackle in his chest, growing into a full metallic laugh that rings out through the cold room. Learn some manners. Oh, darling, you are absolutely precious. Doesn't look insulted. He looks like a man who just found a $20 bill on the sidewalk. He leans forward, his eyes shimmering with a terrifying, playful light. You're talking to a man who turned an entire decade into a folktale. You're scolding me like I'm a child who tracked mud on the carpet. I mean it. Get out of my house. He leans closer, moving with a fluid, predatory grace. He doesn't yell. He glides towards me, looking genuinely delighted. You better not throw a tantrum over this. I love this. I really do. Most people scream, or they pray, or they beg, but you try to discipline the monster in your bedroom. It's so refreshingly arrogant. I almost want to keep you. Please don't keep me. He reaches out, his hand cupping my cheek with an icy and mocking tenderness. But manners are important, aren't they? It's quite rude to keep a guest waiting for their main event. Min, what are you? You don't tolerate tantrums. That's a shame. Gets on top of me, pinning me down with a violent force. Because I don't either. Death Death-ending brat taming? What? Death-ending brat taming. Okay, I actually thought I kept hitting the right choices on accident. Okay, yeah, we're gonna go back to that last choice. Breaded too close to the sun, huh? Okay. Hmm. Okay, that's 2 endings out of 9. What could possibly go wrong? You've been watching me this entire time? What a pervert. Man actually lets out a genuine bark of laughter, leaning back on his hands, looking entirely too comfortable for a man who's in someone else's house. You've asked that twice now, darling. What are you so hung up on the fact that you're being watched? Feel a flush of heat crawl up my neck, half embarrassment, half lingering terror. So what, you just hang out around the neighborhood? Yeah, especially around your laundry drying outside. Have you been sniffing my laundry? Min says it with a gleeful smile. Oh, yeah, no, you're a ghost. Never mind. Okay, I understand what's going on now. I was really confused. He then reaches into the pocket of his pants, not with his hand, but with a shadowy tendril that sprouted from his back. What the actual fuck? And, alrighty then. And I'm a woman? I guess I'm a woman. It's a pair of my lace panties, the one I thought I'd lost in the laundry weeks ago. Where did you get that? Looks at me like I just said something stupid. Around your laundry drying outside. You know you really should be more careful with where you leave your things laying around. If I hadn't taken this with me, some weird creep might have. You're the weird creep! He brings the fabric close to his face, closing his eyes for a brief second. Did he just fucking sniff my underwear? Is he sniffing it? We're asking the same thing here! Besides, they were just gathering dust. I'm giving them a much more appreciation-filled home. Ew! What the fuck? You're looking at me like I committed a crime. Trust me, this is the least of those things you should be worrying about. You can say that again. So far, he seems to really like answering my questions. What do I ask him next? Why are you here? What do you want from me? What do you want from me? If you're not going to kill me, what's the point of all this? What do I want? I want a front row seat. You're like a flickering light of entertainment in a very dark room. And I've always been a fan of the show. You call me the clown? Yes! Dickhead. Is there anything else I want to ask? Uh... Can other people see you? Or is it just me? He throws his head back and laughs, the sound echoing unnaturally, as if it's coming from the walls themselves. Oh, they could see me if I wanted them to, but why would I share the spotlight? I'm very selective about my audience. Most people are too boring to waste my good looks on. You should be honored you're the only one getting the private screening. Every answer he gives me just brings up even more questions. Is there anything else I want to ask? Yeah, I'm gonna keep asking questions until he kills me. Ask just one more thing. Okay, I just got one more thing I need to know. Eh? What is it? What is your body made out of? Do you have flesh, bones? Sugar, spice, and everything nice, and a pinch of charm. That's a stupid answer. That's a stupid question. There's more I want to know. Do you eat humans? What other stuff do you eat? I can eat anything you can't. But I like to stick to human meat. I specifically prefer unemployed girls who stay inside all day playing video games. Very tender. How do you pick your victims? Just by preference, or something more like by how much they are able to annoy me? Then what about with stupid questions like these? Suddenly his voice drops to an unsettling low. The world around me darkens, just as the face of the man sitting in front of me. Wait, did I do something wrong? Yeah. You ask too many questions. Death ending dead cat. Okay. Death ending dead cat. A dead cat. Okay. Alright, that's that's 3 out of 9 already. Next time, learn to keep your mouth shut. Alright. Alright, let's go with, stop asking questions. Swallow hard, my throat feeling dry and tight. Can tell I'm pushing his patience. I think that's enough questions for now. Min's grin returns, wider and more friendly than before. Though it does nothing to settle my nerves. Good choice. I was starting to think I was back at school, and I always hated school. Now, since we're done with the Q&A session, are your neighbors usually this loud? Conveniently, always at 3 a.m. when I'm trying to sleep, yeah. Where the fuck did he go? I think he went to go visit the neighbors. What the fuck was that? Everything is so quiet. Where's Min? You know what? Let's go searching for him. Should probably go look for him. Oh my fucking god. Didn't I tell you to stay still? Just as quickly as he lunged, he's back in his original spot, laughing softly at my heart-shattering terror. Oh, you should see your face. Absolutely priceless. What an asshole. Hey, don't look at me like that. Come on, it was a little funny. You... Whatever. What'd you do to them, and what the fuck was that? The neighbors. I politely told them to stay quiet. Politely, yeah, sure. What the thing you did? The creepy face? Oh, this? Relax. It's just my Mandela catalog face. Of course it is. I really wanted to research on what people find scary, and I stumbled upon. There he goes rambling. Tune out most of what he's talking about because I need time to recover from his DIY jump scare. Pretty cool, right? Go with yeah. Yeah, it's actually pretty cool that you can just do that on command. I knew you'd like it. I've seen your internet history. You watch a lot of horror stuff. You've seen my what? I like that look on your face. Min falls silent, the teasing glint in his eyes. Doesn't disappear, but it settles into something warmer. He looks at me. Really looks at me, as if he's memorizing the way the moonlight hits my face. You know, darling. He reaches out for the first time. He doesn't lung or mock. His ghostly fingers hover just a fraction of an inch from my cheek. I can feel a static, a localized chill that makes the hair on my arms stand up. I haven't had this much fun talking to someone in, well, since the lights went out. Is that supposed to be a compliment coming from a serial killer? It's the highest praise I have. Most people, they're so predictable. They beg, they fight, they die. They break before the first act is even over. But you're still standing, still vivid. Your attention is fully on me. I like it. His hand moves to my hair, his fingers combining through the air around the strands. It's a gesture that feels terrifyingly possessive. It's nice to have an audience. I've always loved being admired. But that look of fear and curiosity in your eyes, to be witnessed by you. Min, I know that look. Don't get sentimental on me, darling. It ruins my brand. He leans in, his face inches from mine. His voice drops to a whisper that vibrates in my very bones. I don't want to lose you, especially not to myself. He stands up. The shadows around him begin to swirl as if he's losing his grip on this reality. He looks toward the window. The night has gone for far too long. You should get some rest, darling. Let him leave or make him stay. This is an important one. We're gonna let him leave. Thank you. Min stands perfectly still. The air in the room, which had been vibrating with his energy, suddenly goes flat and cold for a moment. I think I see a flicker of genuine hurt cross his face, but it's gone before I can be sure. Right, of course. Walks toward the window, his form becoming more transparent with every step. The moonlight bleeds through the glass, making him look like a fading photograph. Will I see you again? No, I don't think you will. You're far too delicious, darling. If I stay, I fear I'll eventually want to devour you whole. And then he's gone. K-A-Zoo. The linen room lifts, the static in the air vanishes. I'm alone in my bedroom, with nothing but a small writing on the wall to prove he was here. Good ending! The Witness! Yay! Good ending. The Witness. Alright! Perfect! He left to keep you alive. You're the only person who truly knew him. The only one he ever let go. Alright, let's work our way backwards, I guess. Make him stay. Wait, don't go. Stay. I don't want to be alone. The shadows in the room freeze. Min stops mid-flicker. His back to me for a long, silent moment. I think I've made a mistake. Then he slowly turns, a look of genuine, stunned disbelief on his face. You're serious? You're actually asking a monster to spend the night? You really must have the survival instincts of a goldfish. You taunt and tease me all you want, but my decision has been made. He chuckles, but it's a soft, breathy sound. No mockery left in him. He moves back toward the bed, the air around him humming with a low, melodic vibration. What is that you're alluding to, darling? I reach for the hem of his shirt and begin to undress him as though I was peeling away his layers. The man flinched momentarily, but quickly regained his demeanor. How terribly bold! Still not running? You really are a glutton for punishment. I reach out, my fingers trembling. I touched his chest. It feels like ice and velvet. Slowly I move my hand up toward his jaw, toward the face that has spent the night mocking and terrifying me. The moment my fingers brush his skin, Min flinches. It's a purely animalistic reaction. From behind his back, a dark, shadowy tendril lashes out, wrapping firmly around my waist and pulling my hand away from his face. Don't. His voice isn't cocky now, it's jagged, rough. He looks his way, his teeth clenched. Min, it's okay. Let me. I'm right here. I don't pull away. I keep my... Damn it, damn it, damn it. They touch me every time. Well, no, I'm touching him. Something gets touched every time. I don't pull away. I keep my gaze steady on his, softening my voice until it's just a whisper. I can feel the tendril around my wrist trembling, its grip loosening as his panic fades into a shaky, uncertain surrender. Then shadow retreats, melting back into his form. Eternally turns his face back to mine, looking at me with an expression of raw vulnerability that hurts to witness. I cup his cheek this time. He doesn't pull away. Instead, he leans into my palm, letting out a loud, shuddering breath. He lifts his own hand, placing his cold, long fingers over mine, pressing my hand harder against his face, as if he's afraid I'll disappear if he lets go. You're a dangerous little thing, aren't you? What have you turned me into? He closes his eyes, his thumb stroking the back of my hand, leading his face into it. Min's hand is still pressed against mine, but the warmth, if you could call it that, begins to sharpen. The silver veins in his skin pulse faster, glowing with a hungry, frantic light. You're so soft, so warm. It's almost a waste to let all that life just sit here, to let time rot it away eventually. He kisses my palm, his teeth grazing the skin just hard enough to leave a mark. His eyes are dark, swirling with a desperate, possessive need. I want you, darling. Not just for tonight, not just for as long as your heart decides to beat. I want to devour you. I want to take every drop of that life, every ounce of that spirit, and pull it into me. You'd be part of me. It'll be gentle, I promise. But it'll be the last thing you ever feel, and the best. Just say yes. Tell me you're mine to take. Yes, take me, or no, I want to live. I'm getting more decisions. We're gonna go with no, I want to live. No, man, stop. I want to live. I want to be with you. But not like that. Please, don't do this. The air in the room instantly curdles. The low hum of his presence turns into a high-pitched, screeching static. Min's face contorts, the vulnerability from moments ago twisting into a mask of pure, unadulterated anxiety. No? It's a jagged, hysterical laugh, his form flickering wildly, shadows lashing out from his back like dying winds. You want to live out there, away from me, where you'll grow old, where someone else might look at you, where you'll eventually leave me behind in this dust. Oh, I won't let you! He lunges. There is no devil-may-care attitude left. This is a predator realized. His hands pin my shoulders to the mattress with the strength of iron. For the first time, I see his jaw unhinged just slightly too wide. Min, please! He doesn't listen. He's a storm of teeth and cold, dark hunger. He leans down to my throat, not for a kiss, but for a claim. The pain is sharp, hot, and then suddenly terrifyingly cold. I can feel him, not just his body, but his hunger, tearing into me. It's visceral. It's the sound of wet skin ripping, the metallic tang of copper filling the air. He is sobbing even as he does it, a horrific wet sound against my skin. Mine! Mine! You're mine! I can't have you alive! I'll keep you inside me forever! My vision starts to spot. The room is fading into gray. The last thing I feel is the crushing weight of his embrace and the terrifying sensation of being swallowed by the dark. Bad ending consumed by love. Bad ending consumed by love. That's 5 endings down already. We're not even through the first hour. Damn. His fear of losing you outweighed his sanity. You are his now. Every drop, every bone, every breath. Forever held in a stomach of shadows. Damn! Alright. Time to go with the yes, take me ending. Yes, take me. If this is the only way to be yours, then do it. The world seems to tilt. Min's breath is cold, non-existent. It somehow hitches in his throat. The shadows that were lashing out in a frenzy suddenly go still, dropping to the floor like heavy velvet. You'd really let me? He leans down, his face inches from mine. I can see the flicker of hope in his eyes, a ghost of when he was just a man. But the red hunger is still there, pulsing in time with the silver veins on his neck. You're not lying, you're not stalling. You're actually giving yourself to me. I trust you, Min. More than I'm afraid of you. He lets out a sound that is half laugh, half sob. He crawls over me. His weight feeling like a literal shadow, heavy, cold, and inescapable. His hands, usually so restless and mocking, settle firmly against my wrists, pinning them to the pillow. But he isn't squeezing, he's holding. I've wanted to hear those words for decades. He lowers his head, his lips grazing the sensitive skin of my throat. It's an agonizing, slow crawl toward the end. Every touch feels like a static shock. I feel his jaw unhinge, the cold hair of his inside hitting my skin. Sharp point of his teeth presses against my pulse. One more second. One more breath and I'll be gone. I close my eyes. I do not fight. I don't even tremble. The pressure of his teeth increases. Then stops. Drops something cold, hits my collarbone, then another. I open my eyes confused, only to see Min staring down at me. His face contorted in a way that looks like he's being torn apart from the inside. No. No, no, no. He recoils, scrambling back across the bed as if it's just burned him. He hits the headboard, his chest heaving with phantom breaths. What is wrong with you? Why didn't you scream? Why did you look at me like... Min, you're going to let me destroy the only thing that matters. I was going to swallow you. I was going to be alone again. But this time, it would have been my fault. He covers his face with his hands, his long, ghostly fingers shaking. I can't do it. I can't turn into a witness who can't speak back. I can't turn you into a witness who can't speak back. He looks up at me, his eyes wide and drowning in a very human grief. I love the way you move too much. I love the way you talk back to me too much. I think I've accidentally become the one who belongs to you. Min. Before I can utter a word, Min melts into my arms, burying his face in my chest. He stays there for a long time. His forehead presses against the back of my hand. The frantic energy in the room has died down into a low, steady thrum like the purr of a massive cat. Min, it's okay. I'm still here. He doesn't look up, but I feel his grip tighten slightly. Not with the iron strength from before, but with a desperate, anchoring need. I don't deserve the light you're giving me, darling. But I think I'm too selfish to let it go now. Slowly, the adrenaline begins to drain from my body, replaced by a heavy, soul-deep exhaustion. I sink back into the pillows and feel him follow. As my eyes flutter shut, the last thing I feel is the sensation of a ghostly finger tracing the line of my jaw, light as a feather and twice as careful. True ending domesticated? What? True ending domesticated. 1, 2, 6 different endings, and I'm assuming the last 3 are death. Because we got good, bad, and true. Huh. I guess you did manage to keep the dog on a leash? Oh my god! Oh, and it's still going! I wake up with my head spinning. My vision is hazy. And there's a persistent dizziness behind my eyes. Probably a lingering side effect of nearly being eaten by a cannibalistic, serial killer entity thing. Min? Scan the room. The chair is empty. The shadows are gone. For a terrifying second, I think he really did leave. Then I notice a flump on the floor by the foot of my bed. My favorite fuzzy blanket is moving and it's grumbling. Close it. Close the curtains right now, darling. It's offending my eyes. I blink, rubbing my eyes. The melodramatic, poetic monster from last night is nowhere to be found. his place, a very grumpy, sleep-deprived looking boy. Min, are you okay? The blanket shifts, and he pokes his head out. I freeze. Last night, he was towering at least 7 feet tall of intimidating ghost. Now, he looks barely 5 feet tall, swallowed up by the fabric. You look smaller, like a lot smaller. I don't know what you're talking about. Now be a good little witness and close the curtains for me. You're lying. You're sensitive to the light, aren't you? Makes you shrink. It's a stylistic choice. I'm minimalist now. Can't help it. After the life and death stakes of the night, seeing him like this is hilarious. Stand up, staggering slightly, and walk toward the window. Wait, what are you doing? Don't you dare. Grab the edge of the curtains, yanking them wide open. No, you treacherous little brat! Sunlight pours in, and right before my eyes, Min shrivels like a salted bug. He lets out a high-pitched, indigent squawk as he vanishes into the folds of the blanket. I look down. The blanket is flat, but then I hear a tiny, muffled voice coming from my shelf. Min? The empty shelf, tucked inside a tiny, 6-inch tall version of Min. He's sitting there, looking absolutely furious. Oh my god. I'm going to haunt your dreams for 1,000 years. I'm going to make your milk go sour. I'm going to hide your car keys every single morning. Oh my god, you're pocket-sized. You're like a little angry action figure. I'm an infinite serial killer. I laugh, but I eventually take pity on him and I pull the curtains shut again, turning the room to a soft, dim light. Slowly, the tiny figure on the shelf begins to expand, flickering until he's back into his small, but human, 5-foot-ish height. Steps on the shelf, still covered in my blanket. Even at this size, he still has that smug, lopsided grin. He walks over to me, reaching out, and I feel the familiar chill as his hands cup my face.
Thank you, darling.
It's the first time a voice line's gone off in this entire fucking game. Thank you, darling. Yeah, what the fuck? So now that you've successfully bullied a ghost, what's for breakfast? Okay, why do you sound like a woman now? You are a guy, right? Did you, like, change genders? Is there a reason why it kind of looks like you're wearing lipstick right now? Am I just going crazy? I smile. I'm leaning my head back against the wall. It's going to be a very strange life, but I think I'm going to keep it. Welcome home, man. Thank you for playing. Oh, well, it's not over yet. Still have an hour of time to fill, and I got 3 endings to go. Alright, which one did I think I knew for certain was gonna kill me? Ah, yes, this one. Ask how he died or sympathize with him. Let's sympathize with him. I'm so sorry. I understand what it's like. You understand? You, a living, breathing human with a heartbeat and a future, think you get what it's like? I'm centuries old. You've barely lived. You don't have an inkling of how I feel. Well, I may not, but being stuck in a loop, feeling invisible, it's lonely. Know what it's like to just want someone to notice you're there. I'm sorry you had to go through that alone, man. The air in the room shifts. The sharp, mocking pressure of his presence seemed to deflate. He looks away, his shoulders slumped. You're Remarkably persistent with that kindness, aren't you? It's almost annoying. He shifts closer, stopping just a few inches away, his cold hand resting palm up on the duvet between us. I wasn't always this thing. I had a life, a real one. I had a sister who used to wait for me by the gate every evening. The last thing I remember is the cold, waiting for someone to come home, but the house stayed dark. Reach out to him. I hesitate, then slowly place my hand on his cheek. He doesn't pull away. His skin feels like ice, but that gaze. He's pleading. Now I'm just a restless ghost, a name whispered to scared children. Do you know how it feels to be forgotten while you're still standing right there? So Cayman, I'm here. I see you. He looks up, and for a moment, his eyes look almost watery, human, vulnerable. You really mean it? You wouldn't just leave like the others? I promise. He let out a shaky breath and leans forward, resting his head against my shoulder. The movement is so fragile it makes my chest ache. I feel myself wrapping an arm around him, pulling the monster into a protective embrace. It feels so small like this. You don't have to be the monster with me. A long silence follows. I can feel him trembling against me. Close my eyes, think I've actually reached him, think I've saved us both. Then the trembling changes. It's not a song. It's not a sob. It's a rhythmic, low-frequency vibration. He's vibrating with laughter. He pulls back his head, snapping up. The tears are gone, placed by a maniac, diamond bright glint of pure malice. Oh my god! I can't believe it! A sister, a gate? What gate? A gate to the heavens? Min, what are you? You said I promise, like a protagonist in a bad romance novel. Wait, stop. He claps his hands together, his laughter bouncing off the walls. He looks at me with pure, unadulterated disgust. I knew you were a bit slow, but that was a masterclass in stupidity. What do you want to... Why do you... What? Do you want to be YN that badly? Do you really think some power of friendship speech was going to fix a century overwrought? His expression sours, stretching into a wide, jagged grin that looks painful. What the fuck? Speaking of century, I lied. I died in 1984. Before I can move, he lunges. He doesn't just pin me, he slams me back into the headboard with enough force to make my teeth rattle. I told you, I killed because I'm bored. Watching you melt into a puddle of sympathy was the most entertaining thing I've seen in decades. His hands lock around my throat. And please, why? You gave your heart on a silver platter, darling. It'd be rude not to take a bite. He leans down, his teeth baring in a jagged, hungry grin right above my ear. His voice is a cold, final caress. Tender hearts like yours are much more delicious. Death ending, easy prey. Alright, fuck you. Death ending, easy prey. Alright, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. So where would those two other endings be? In a land of monsters, a kind soul is simply just dinner. Okay. Every time I'm getting a new interaction, so I am happy about that at least. Well, there's only 12 choices. Just didn't expect that. Already got the death ending there. Let's go with this one. How'd you pass? How'd it happen to you? I mean, how did you actually die? For a split second, the playfulness vanishes. His eyes go flat, like old television glass where the power's cut. I killed myself. What? He said it so casually. Why would he even do that? Why would a man who's this full of himself commit such an act? Every answer he gives just brings up even more questions. Is there anything else I want to ask? Let's stop asking questions. Swallow hard, my throat feeling dry and tight. Okay, yeah, what if I stay still on this one? This is the part where the neighbor died. Wait for him. Should probably just wait here. I'm scared. Why is it getting darker? Min? Ah! As quickly as he lunged back into his original spot. Oh, you should see your face. Absolutely proudest. What an asshole. Make me like that. Come on, it was a little funny. Della catalog face. I don't remember which one I clicked last time. I'm gonna go with, yeah. It's cool. It's cool. Oh, poor bunny. Did I scare you too much? I'm sorry. He's apologizing? You're adorable when you're scared, though. I'd like to do it more. Okay, and here I thought he actually felt bad. I like that look on your face. Then falls silent. The teasing glint in his eyes don't disappear, but so does something warmer. He looks at me, really looks at me, as if he's memorizing the white moonlight. You know, darling. Oh, okay, it's back to the same interaction as earlier. What's the interaction after this one? Okay, no, I have every interaction from here forward, so let's see, where are we now? Right here, I think. I think I have all the interactions for this one. Let's go back to the very first choice. No, I want to load. Oh, wait, it's gonna ask. Loading will lose progress. Yeah. Ew, I'm not sure, or yes, I'm not sure, ew. Let's go with I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Hi, not sure. I'm Min. I'm sorry. Min. So that's his name. So, do you just stay indoors all day? Don't you have friends your age? Of course I do. Okay. Okay, so this is just gonna go into same thing as before. Yes, let's go with yes. Yes. His smile shifts slightly. Good. I was hoping you had taste. His fingers lose just a fraction. A thumb then brushed across my bottom lip. It was surprisingly gentle. Want to take a closer look? Swiftly looked away for a brief moment. Was my gawking that obvious? That's embarrassing. Slowly I looked back at him. With slight hesitation I nodded. The silence hung awkwardly. He still did not move an inch. Is he dense? Scrunched my brows and tilted my head slightly in confusion. Darling. I need you to use your words, okay? I'm gonna ask you again. Would you like to take a closer look? Yes. The word is surrender. I can feel the mattress dip further as he shifts his body. Doesn't move away, and instead he closes the distance until his pale face is all I can see. Hey, don't you want to touch me? Bold fucker. His skin is cold, inhuman. Every movement is deliberate and cocky. He knows exactly what he's doing to me, and he's enjoying the power trip. So adorable. I feel like I could just swallow you whole. The word shrinks to the size of this bed. The rustle of the sheets and the feeling him looming over me becomes everything. I forget that he broke into my room. I forget that he was just threatening to devour me. I feel chosen, which is exactly what he wants. Later, the adrenaline begins to settle. He's still on top of me. Whoa! What did you just do to him? The intimacy from moments ago has evaporated to a sudden, jarring chill. Suddenly, my body feels heavy. My heart rate slows to a crawl, and a numb sensation spreads from my chest to my limbs. What's happening? He stares down at me. His face is a mask of darkness. You really are a darling, you know that? So sweet, so incredibly easy to read. I try to push him off, but I can't even lift my hands. My vision starts to blur into static. I'd stay and chat, but you're starting to look a little pale. He leans down, his lips brushing against my ear as my eyes begin to close for the last time. Don't be too trusting of strangers. Death ending stranger danger. Okay. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight. Okay. So there's one more ending. You just couldn't keep it in your pants, can you? Alright, fuck you. One more ending that I've missed out on. Hmm. 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 I don't think there's anything on the second page. I think it's either this one where it's like the "Are you a narcissist? Is this why you're so annoying?" and so you're just a has-been, or we're not on a date. Well, no, it's one of the three. One of the three. Well, I'm gonna find out. I think I called him a narcissist last time. Or yeah, we're gonna go with so you're just a has-been. Has-been? That's not very nice. Be careful. I might come by another night to pluck your tongue out in your sleep. He sighs, the tension in the room shifting from deadly back to uncomfortably casual as he stretches out on the mattress. Anyway, enough about my glory day. Okay, it's the... yeah, we're gonna try, we're not on a date. What kind of first date question is that? It's a perfectly normal question to ask. My god, what kind of dates have you been going on? I don't go out on much dates. So what you mean is that you're single? It's none of your business. Alright, fine. It's okay if you don't want to. You don't have to, because I already know a lot about you. Okay, we're back here. Let's go with, that's actually kind of sweet. Been paying that much attention to me? Honestly, it's kind of sweet. Nobody really notices the little things I do. Then freezes for a second. The room is deathly silent. Oh, you think I'm sweet? Lifts out a small, airy chuckle that vibrates in the back of his throat. He leans in close, so I can... He leans in so close I can feel the unnatural stillness of his breath. You really are a special kind of creature, aren't you? Most people start crying or looking for every object to hit me with. But you're practically thanking me for the surveillance. I just think it's nice to be noticed. You're so adorable. You make it so hard for me to hold back. So abruptly, he travels down and buries his face into my neck. His breath brushed against my skin, oh so gently, cold. He shifts his position, climbing on top of me as he pins my body down to the bed. What are you... I like you a lot, darling. It's not very often I meet people who appreciate my art. His art? Is he talking about his stalking? The canvas may be stained with my blood, but that is where the beauty lies, no? Ah, he's talking about his murders. Why is he suddenly getting poetic? I'm very fascinated by you, darling. Is he gonna kill me? And there goes his shirt. Oh! I was too occupied with my thoughts. I didn't realize he had taken his shirt off. Anyway. As his shirt hits the floor, my heart does a frantic, uneven dance against my ribs. It's not just fear, it's a terrifying rush of adrenaline. He looks perfect in an almost uncanny way that makes my head swim. I know what he is. I know what he's done. But as he leans over me, his eyes locked onto mine with an intensity that made me want to give in. What's bothering your mind, dear? You've been quite quiet for a very long time. Before I can answer, he lets out a soft chuckle. I know you want this just as much as I do. So how about we stop beating about the bush? He traces his fingers down my chest with such gentleness I almost forgot this man was a killer. Your skin, so soft, blank, just as a canvas would be. Oh, how I would love to place my marks all over you. What the fuck? What do you say? May I create a masterpiece out of you? Ooh, I get a choice. No, get off of me! Scribble back, hitting the headboard, but he's faster. He pins my wrists to the mattress with a strength that feels like iron clamps. You're a feisty one, aren't you? I never intended to give you a choice. Ah. He ignores my protests, his weight crushing me into the bed. The playful mask is gone, placed over the raw, terrifying hunger of a man who hasn't felt the pulse in decades. He leans down, his teeth grazing my neck, not in a kiss, but in a threat. I thrash beneath him, my heels digging into the mattress as I try to buck him off, but he doesn't even budge. Every instinct I have is screaming at me to run, but he has me pinned with a clinical, practiced ease. He forces my legs apart with a rush and patient shove, his movement devoid of any tenderness. But please, stop! Someone, help! My scream is cut short as he slams his hand over my mouth. He lets out a sharp, jagged laugh against my skin, his eyes wide and vibrating with a sick, maniac glee. Cry louder, darling. I want to hear exactly how much you hate this. It turns me on. He rips... this is a very serious thing. This is not good. He rips into the remaining fabric of my clothes with the sound of tearing cloth, loud and violent in the quiet room. As he forces, it isn't just pain, it's violating. It feels like I'm being impaled by a freezing agony that radiates from my core to my very fingertips. I sob into his hand, my hot tears spilling out from his pale knuckles. The contrast is sickening. I felt the warmth of my life being drained into its absolute zero. Fast and violent. Bare chest slamming against mine as he moves with desperation and cruelty. Felt like he was being broken from the inside. Yes, fight me. Show me that will to live you humans hold on to so much. I managed to get one hand free, my nails raking across his shoulder, but I don't draw blood. I don't even leave a mark. His only grin, he only seizes my hair and yanks me back. Every time I try to turn my head away, he seizes my hair and yanks me back, forcing me to look monstrified into my bed. My bedroom, my safe space, is being drowned in the smell of my own fear and his rot. Not reading that one. Violence act leaves me breathless, my lungs burning as they struggle to pull in the thickened air. He's relentless, a whirlwind of cold muscle that treats my body like a toy. He's decided to snap in half. Shaking, my vision is blurring with my strength finally begins to fail. My protest turns into broken gasps, and that's when he knows he's won. As he reaches his peak, his laughter dies down into a low, terrifying hum. His hand leaves my mouth, not to let me breathe, but to firmly wrap around my windpipe. You really thought you could escape this, didn't you? Told you I'm a killer. Everything else, it's just the appetizer. Leans in for one last passionate kiss. I appreciate the flattery, but I'm still a man. Death ending, deflowering. Took everything you had to give, and then he took the rest. Well, that's all 9 endings of this game, and I'm never playing it again. I'm actually going to delete it off of my computer right after this. I absolutely refuse to ever play this game again. That was too far. Especially for me. At least when it comes to reading it. That is a very difficult thing for me to read. And wish they weren't so specific. Have a good day.